Yawa na gode ma. Somebody confront. What? Launch.
Alright guys, welcome to my channel guys. So it's going down again, alright. I don't know why these guys don't want to leave Biafran land, but in this video you're actually going to hear also and then see most of the things that has been happening in our bushes. And this time they left the community and they have been going to some other nearby villages that is closer to the main community, alright. And then anybody they get on the way, they arrest the individual, right? Thereby tagging them that these are Biafran Liberation Army. Alright, so if they said that Gentle the Yahoo has been unalived, then why is it that these guys don't want to leave our forest? Why is it that they don't want to leave our mothers to continue their farming? Why is it that they don't want to leave our community? That is because they are bent on fulfilling someone seated right there in the office and has given them some command, an order that has actually binded them, and they cannot go back until whatever they have been said to accomplish is fully accomplished. But anyways, I'd like you guys to continue the video, but then I also have some other video updates just after this one.
I know Nana Ntemakaron popular one in Orivite that is called Man Pass Man. He has come out to say all manner of things about what he does, just like Akwakuko. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this young man is also a club member of where Akwakuko is the chairman or president. Now, this Man Pass Man is not just free, he is parading as a commander of is either Udogachi or Agune Chamber. He's parading on himself on social media with armed men that are wearing the uniforms of Dogachi or Aguna Chamber. Why is Man Pass Man free when he's still guilty of the offense that Akwakuko Ekehit were being held for? Go ahead.
Yeah, because because we're not aware of this claim you are making. So if you know that the man is culpable, please come up with a clear petition, pass it through me, so that whenever we upload.
But nobody came with a petition against Akwakuko or even Ekehit. Whatever that was used against them was gotten from the public domain, and that same public that is called Man Pass Man, he has come out to say all manner of things about what he does, just like Akwakuko. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this young man is also a club member of where Akwakuko is the chairman or president. Now, this Man Pass Man is not just free, he is parading as a commander of is either Udogachi or Agune Chamber. He's parading on himself on social media with armed men that are wearing the uniforms of Udogachi or Aguna Chamber. Why is Man Pass Man free when he's still guilty of the same offense that Akwakuko Ekehit were being held for? Go ahead.
Yeah, because because we're not aware of this claim you are making. So if you know that that the man is culpable, please come up with a clear petition, pass it through me, and we'll keep.
But nobody came with a petition against Akwakuko or even Ekehit. Whatever that was used against them was gotten from the public domain, and that same public domain, I believe, will serve to when it comes to this particular guy I'm talking about now. Is there anything that is fishy we don't know?
Not aware. For example, I am not aware. I'm just hearing what you are saying about this man only now. So give me proper information.
Okay, this man is
and we'll work on it. That is why we say in our new security architecture, we have a call center. A call center is one of the best you can find in the country. We tell people if you see something, say something, call 5111, and then we will do something. And if the intel you supply proves to be useful, then as much as 5 million naira.
Of recent, I know Nana Ntemakaron Kege. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ntemakaron Kege, and then I am Makaron Kege. What I go of recent, we've been seeing some operatives of Udogachi, going about their duties in a very unworthy manner. Some people complain that they see them on the road doing pack and search and then extorting money from Keke people. And then recently, you saw the news of what they did to a core member, to the extent that somebody went naked. Then after some time, they came out to say that it is not a new news. news. It happened some time ago, and they then show us the people that were involved. Don't you think that the whole aim of inaugurating such an operation is now being defeated by how they are carrying out their activities?
The one-off incident that you mentioned, what happened in the Oba community, sometime in August.
Alright guys, so with what you saw with the previous video before I put this particular video, you heard the argument that was going on, and the man that the question is being thrown to was trying to actually do it, thereby trying to answer the question, all right, knowing fully well that everything and the questions that is being thrown to him are all through. All right, but then, we are in a Biafran land where the governors have actually decided to never walk in the way or maybe walk to please the people, even though we know very well that in the country where we find ourselves, Nigeria, that there is no Igbo man that is taken for any seriousness. And that is because of what our governors and how the governors treat the people. Imagine that a particular group of security outfit were established because of a particular group of terrorists, all right? But then it happens that apart from the terrorists, they are now beginning to use it to oppress the innocent, thereby going into some of the communities and then causing havoc instead of doing the job that they've been employed to do by the government. It is now turning the other way around. But that is not an issue. We know very well that a time will come when all these things that is actually going on are going to be brought to book. But without wasting much of your time as well, I want you guys to pay attention and hear all the prophecies that this man of God have actually brought to Biafrans. But then it also has to do with Simon and what's currently happening between the Nigerian government and Nnamdi Kanu and what the government of Nigeria should be expecting anytime from now. I don't know how soon this is going to be. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I think that something is up. But I like you guys to pay attention so that you will also get the video details yourself. And please help us to share this video. Share this video. Share.
Justice can be thwarted. Justice can be truncated. Justice can be averted. And justice can suffer and cry. But as justice is being thwarted in one way or the other, don't forget that when you take something and throw up, that thing will go up and go up. At the end of it all, whatever is thrown up and whatever goes up will surely one day find its way to start coming down. That is how life is. Because all of the things that are happening, especially in Nigeria, and also the people called the people of Biafra, has become a very big issue that the whole world and the international communities want to know, and everybody is interested in the matter, because we are in a country whereby people are somehow marginalized, and people are somehow abandoned, and people are somehow rejected, and some people are not even allowed to play their role or to contribute to the nation building. And when I begin to look at this matter, what is the root cause of this? The Lord began to took me back to what's called 1968, when there was Biafran war in Nigeria. What happened then? What happened then was what people framed up what's called allegation on a particular set of people, that these people are planning coup, they plan coup, 1966 coup, or this and that, and blackmail the people with propaganda, and the people were fought against, the people were attacked, the people were somehow disenfranchised and also destroyed, and so many things happened so as to make sure that the people are silent. But at the end of it all, a secret opened with prophecies and revelations. The secret will open. Finally, secret has opened, and all of those things that we are told become lies. And so people were so troubled that you see all the agitations all over the world, because people who knew what happened, we are all committed to making sure that they agitate, that truth must prevail. And the one thing I want you to know, that when it comes to nation, and it comes to people, or it comes to a tribe, or it comes to a people, Any man that rises for them is their Lord, becomes their Jesus. Or how do I put it? Any man that rises for them becomes their Messiah. And you must understand with a major prophet that God will not come down from heaven and begin to now speak to people with the or maybe with white beard or being having 20 or wings and all of that. God will surely use a man to stand in the gap. So all of this thing that is happening right there in a place called Biafra has become an issue that a lot of people need to know about. And this is what resulted into so many things. When people are disenfranchised, people are not accepted, people are not even counted, many things begin to happen. And this thing that is happening about disenfranchised, marginalization and all of that does not even favor any part of the country. Because somebody will say, okay, if you marginalize these people, it will make these people to be kings and make them to be presidents. No, it does not benefit any tribe. Marginalization in a setting will always set the country back. Because you cannot underestimate the giftings of God upon my life. You cannot underestimate the gift or the qualities or my endowment or my contribution to nation building. When you underestimate me and you do not count me into nation building, you have simply hindered yourself. Because counting me and estimating me as somebody who can do something will give me the impetus and the charges to be able to add to nation building. But when you count me out, you will struggle, because the way you try to patch, another place will leak. You patch this, the other side will leak. So over the week, people begin to now tell me and begin to now the things that happen, the judgment of what's called the people that are somebody that is an agitator right there in Finland. When I look at it, people were like, oh, look at the judgment. I say, it is not all about judgment. It's all about what people has been made to see. Because in every group of people, there must be somebody who is saying the truth in one way or the other. When people gather together and begin to say things, somebody must be there that knows the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is that in the world today, to get justice is impossible. Justice can be thwarted. Justice can be truncated. Justice can be averted. And justice can suffer and cry. But as justice is being thwarted in one way or the other, don't forget that when you take something and throw up, that thing will go up and go up. At the end of it all, whatever is thrown up and whatever goes up will surely one day find its way to start coming down. That is how life is. If somebody smiles today, tomorrow may not be his turn to smile again. Somebody laughed today, tomorrow may not be his time to laugh again. Somebody cried today, tomorrow may not be the turn of that person to cry again. Life is in phases, and the life comes and life goes. Generations are upon generations, phases. One generation to another, one generation to another. And what does that mean? If we keep on in this part of the world, continue to use what's called injustice in one way or the other, it will never be good. This will not favor us in the long last. Injustice will not take us anywhere. What will take us far is when there is justice, when there's rule of law, when there's what's called equal rights and equality everywhere. It will go a long way to help us to be able to build the nation that we all are praying for. If I make myself the king of the universe and I begin to marginalize the people or begin to oppress the people, I will not have peace, because even though as a king, there are many things that you need to look at that will never ever be in place until the right things are put in place. And I want everybody to know that as far as the world leadership is concerned, there are too many things that are very, very wrong. If you want to rise to become a champion to fight for people, you are going to face so many things. Any person on the face of the earth who stands and said, I want to face and fight for right, or fight for my right, or fight for the right of my people, or fight for the right of the less privileged, or whatever, will surely face a lot of things. And if care is not taken, what that person will face can even make the person to give up. The person can even say, I'm no longer interested. So if you look at what is going on all over the world, there's no justice in the world. They know the truth, the world knows the truth, but the world doesn't want to follow the truth. But one thing you must know, if you like, bury the truth. Truth will stay in the grave 3 days. And Jesus said, destroy the temple, the Son of Man will build it again. And they destroyed the temple, and after 3 days, he arose again. And everything that went wrong, we are corrected, and everything went right again. Because what is happening right there in the world, especially in Nigeria and other parts of the world, is somehow that we need to pray, and we need to also stand and speak the truth at all times to be able to counter some of these things. So the Lord has already given major prophet everything that is going to happen, and I want to pass it across as prophecy. Because when I look at the judgment that was passed right there to Simon Ekpa, right there in Finland, I said this was called people take laws and do whatever they do with the law. But that 6 years that is penciled there, it's not going to be possible. What I'm seeing is that the matter will resolve even faster than expected, because this matter is going to be squashed at the shortest time. You will see that the case will not hold any water. But we must continue to look at what is the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to give people their rights. The right thing to do is to stop oppression of the poor, or oppression of the needy, or oppression of the less privileged, or oppression of a particular set of people, because every oppression will lead to people reacting. You cannot push somebody to the wall and not expect the person to react. We are not right here in this world to become enemy of ourselves. It is human beings that have turned themselves to enemy of human. And the hunger today in the world, it is not God that brought hunger. And somebody said, oh, the world has spoiled. It is not the world that spoiled. It is the people in the world that has damaged everywhere. When the people in the world has not started evil, the world was peaceful. Everything in the world was peaceful. And that's what the singer saying, Uwamakama, 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 Manopumo, Mebiruwa, Uwaye, Uwanto, Uwanto, Uwaye, Uwanto, Uwanto, Uwamakama, Uwamarama, Uwamakama, Manopumo, Mebiruwa, Uwaye,